Um, yeah, my video paused, but I'm not even gonna go into the intro. I'm just jumping right back into it. So Eddie Hearn did something. You know, he did something in his master manipulation. He did something that people just overlooked. In the IFL video that he sent 4 days ago. You know, the where he's talking about it. It's one of those thes, ands, I's, or twos that AJ protectors, um, can overlook, because it doesn't fit the narrative for what it is that they want to spew. So, what Hearn did is he broke down. He broke down in very basic terms how a fight is made. And what he said was exactly what Shelly Finkel said, how a fight is made. It was exactly what Shelly Finkel said. That Coogan Cassius dude asked Hearn, where they are in the Wilder Joshua saga. And Hearn broke it down. He's like, oh yeah, well, we in a nutshell, he said, well, we sent them an offer, and they agreed to the offer. So basically the money is what they agreed to. So we're going to send them a contract, and then we'll see if they agree to the details, if they agree to the terms. And Coogan said, well, it's mostly the money, right? It's mostly the money that it's got to get agreed on. So once they agree on the money, then everything else is minutiae, right? And Hearn was like, well, yeah. But he didn't, you can see how he said it. He was like, well, because that is taking the ands, the twos, the I's, the thes out of that. That's filling in the gaps. You don't want to fill in the gaps if you're Hearn. You're a master manipulator. You want to leave those gaps open. You want to leave that to the ears of the interpreter. Because if you leave that to the ears of the interpreter can put in there whatever they want. They can plug in whatever they want. Like Jurassic Park, when they didn't have all the DNA and they were just plugging in something from somewhere else and they came up with some other type animals. It's the same type of process right here. You leave the gaps for the protectors and the sheep to plug in what they want to plug in. They want to plug in things that show AJ isn't a coward. They want to plug in things that show Hearn is not a manipulator. They want to plug in those things, but that's what a manipulator does. A manipulator will leave those gaps so that you can plug them in, because he is a manipulator. But anyways, Hearn pretty much laid out, and not pretty much, I mean verbatim, how a fight is made. You make an offer to a fighter. That fighter agrees to that offer. And when we're talking about offers, we're talking about money. That's what it is. You make a money offer. That other fighter agrees to the money offer. Once you agree to the money offer, you send the contract to the fighter. Once that fighter agrees to the money, then the other fighter that is providing the money sends the contract with the money agreed in principle. That's how a fight is made. And then if you like the money, then you can look at the location, you can look at the gloves, and you can look at all that shit. Those are minutiae in making the fight. That's not the main sticking point. The main sticking point is the money. Hearn wanted the contract before they agreed to the money. Doesn't work that way. Hearn wanted to have a meeting about what? You haven't agreed to the money. So Hearn pretty much laid out what it is that you do to make a fight. He laid it out. This is what he said. This is his words, not mine. We made him an offer. We're surprised he didn't agree to it, but we made him an offer. We thought it was a good offer. How you thought $12 million is a good offer. It is. It's a great offer. However, $50 million is a greater offer. It's more, clearly, and far more. Far more. This is not rocket science here. These are facts. 5 is more than fucking 1. 50 is more than 12. Those are factual statements. So yes, you made a really good deal. $12 million is a really good deal. But Wilder made a better deal. A far superior deal. So yeah, so see the word manipulation in there? Oh, we thought it was a great deal. Yes, it was a great deal. And your sheep will say, what, $12 million when you've only been making 2? Yeah, $12 million is a really good deal. You've only been making $2 million. So $12 million is really good. That's so many more times what you've been making. But the manipulator in Hearn threw that out there to the sheep and left the gap open. He didn't fill the gaps with, oh yeah, well they're offering us 50 million, which is a way better deal than 12 million. You know, he didn't fill the gaps, he left that for the sheep. So it's super easy to manipulate y'all, man. It's super easy. It's super easy. Super. You know, he blatantly said, he clearly said, we made him an offer. They didn't agree to it. The offer is money. You made a money offer that they did not agree to. Right? So they finally agreed to it after you made them an upgraded offer, apparently, but you don't want to get into the details of how much the upgraded offer is, whatever. So they agreed to the upgraded offer. Now we're going to send them a contract. They agreed to the updated offer on Monday. So now you're going to send them a contract on Friday. Why you have to wait so long to send the contract, I don't know. That's whatever. But whatever. You didn't send a contract, but they agreed to your terms. They agreed to the money because you didn't give them. They know where the fight is going to be. They know where the fight's going to be. UK, whether it's Cardiff, Wembley, Principality, whatever the fuck stadiums y'all got, whatever it is, it's going to be in the UK. Doesn't matter. After that, it doesn't matter. They agreed to it. So now you send the contract. Okay. And you leave so he leaves those gaps, right? So that y'all can fill it in. Oh, well, what's Wilder waiting on? What's Wilder waiting on? Why is Wilder stalling on the contract that Hearn sent? Because he never sent one. That's a gap he left open, you fucking sheep. He just left the gap open for y'all to fill in. Sheep. He never sent one. He never sent one. All he's been saying is, oh, well, you know, we can't fight in September. Why not? Why? Why can't you fight in September? That's another gap he left open. He just left it. Oh, we can't fight in September. You know, the U.S. networks gap. Okay, now fill that gap in. The U.S. networks. HBO is where Canelo and Golovkin fight. Showtime is where Wilder and AJ fight. There is no US network fucking issue. There is none. There is no issue. Zero. They fight on the same network. They can fight anytime on the same network. Go ahead and put Wilder, Joshua, and Canelo Golovkin on the same night. Let's see who fucking wins. Let's see who wins. Let's see who wins. Wilder Joshua will destroy, absolutely obliterate Canelo Golovkin. Absolutely obliterate him. Absolutely obliterate him. We've already seen that show. We've already seen it. Absolutely destroy him. But whatever. That's just the gap that Eddie Hearn left for the sheep to fill in. Eddie Hearn says, we made an offer. They agreed to it. Now we send the contract. That's how it works. They look at the contract. They say this is good. They sign it. Or they look at the contract and say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like that. Can we tweak this? You tweak that or you don't tweak that. You sign the contract. Cut and dry. Cut and dry, straight basics. Where in any of that does it say we don't agree to the money, but we meet on it? We have a meeting. Where does it say that? Hearn never said that. He never said that in his negotiations to Wilder. Never. What he said in his negotiations to Wilder was, we made him an offer. They finally agreed to it. Took them 4 weeks mysteriously to agree to this offer. So we'll draft a contract and we'll send him a contract. 3 steps. Make an offer, agree to the offer, send a contract. Sign. 4. Where in any of that is a meeting occurring to discuss? If a meeting is going to occur to discuss anything, it's going to be after you agree to the money. After you agree to it. But that's a gap that he'll leave out. And he'll say when Wilder is dealing with Hearn, not when Hearn is dealing with Wilder. Not if it's on Hearn's terms, but when it's on Wilder's terms, when Wilder's saying, here's $50 million. Agree to this $50 million and then we can meet. Agree to the money in principle. The exact same thing that Hearn is saying. Agree to the money in principle and then we can meet and talk about whatever. That's what you agree to the money, we'll send you the contract. Agree to the money, we'll send you the contract. Then we can meet and talk about whatever you want. Because we've already agreed to the money. We've agreed in principle. You turned the money down, so what are we meeting? What are we talking about? What is there to talk about? The only thing that there is to talk about is, then tell me what you will agree to. If you're turning down $50 million, what will you accept? What will you accept? That is the only logical next question. If you don't want $50 million that you asked for, then what do you want? Because I want to fight. So what do you want? And they say, I want to fight in the UK. And then Wilder says, okay, send me a contract. This is super simple, man. But I have sympathy for the weak-minded. I do. I have sympathy for you guys. Eddie Hearn is really good, man. He's really good, a master manipulator. So I understand that you are sheep following your shepherd. I get it. And I don't even hate you for it. That's like hating a kindergarten kid for them thinking that 1 + 1 is 11. That's like being mad at them. If a teacher is telling a kindergartner that 1 + 1 is 11, how can you be mad at the kid for going home and telling his mom or his dad or her mom or her dad that 1 + 1 is 11? How can you be mad at them? They are going to be adamant. They are going to be like, no, my teacher said that 1 + 1 is 11. They have confidence and faith in their teacher. You know what I'm saying? Because they get nap time and they get crayons. So they have confidence and faith. So of course they're going to come back, when they go home and they talk to their friends or whoever, and they're going to be like, yeah, I know what 1 + 1 is. It's 11. Because my teacher said so. Mr. Hearn said so. So I know that's what it is. And then people are going to say, what? 1 + 1 isn't 11. 1 + 1 is 2. And then you're going to get arguments and debates about it from a little ass kid. Because that little kid has confidence in somebody that manipulated them and told them the wrong shit. That's all this is. That is it. So I have sympathy for you guys. I do. I have sympathy for y'all. You don't know any better. Best fight the best, and I'm out.